Okay, we're live.
Did you see the blinks?
I know, how about that? Flush twice because you might not remember if you flushed once.
Oh dear.
It's supposed to be like all the things you see on the bathroom wall.
Oh.
Yes, it is. I like that. Okay. I had Desi copy the stuff that was in that envelope that we got from Randy Robinson over at the CED meeting.
Oh, okay.
All this stuff
Oh,
here.
that's good because I was wondering about some of that. I wanted some of that stuff.
Okay, well here it is. It's all in a copy.
One big thing I want to get is that big map. I was picking one of those up. You know, it gives all the
this
yeah,
chart.
that one right
Yeah.
there.
We're going to have to take it to Can Okla or something.
Oh, I think we just call down to ACO and have them make it and have them pick it up when we go down there next week for
That'll
meetings.
work. That will work. Okay, means it's the hour of 9 o'clock. We're not running yet. Are
We are.
Oh, it's even though it's.
Oh, where'd he go?
There we are.
Okay, means it's the hour of 9:02. We'll call this meeting to order. Have
Hess.
roll call. Yes.
Bobbit.
Here.
Vite.
Here.
Cindy, would you lead us in prayer, please?
Dear Heavenly Lord, me.
Cindy Bob.
Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Dear Lord, as we gather here today to do the work at our hands for the county, I ask that you be with us, give us the strength, the courage that we can successfully deal with what is given to us today, dear Lord. I ask that you help us still our hearts and open them to you so that we will listen to you. We thank you for the so many blessings that you give us, dear Lord, for the moisture, dear Lord, and the many other blessings. We're just so thankful for everything that you do for us. I ask that you be with our men and our women who are serving overseas and on U.S. soils, dear Lord, to help keep America, that we are the home of the brave and land of the free, where we can freely worship you, dear Lord, and give you the glory and praise that you so deserve. I ask that you be with our president and all those in leadership capacities, again, that you give them the much needed guidance and direction, that they too can do the things that make us strong in unity. Again, I ask us all in thy precious name. Amen.
Amen. Dean, will you lead us in the flag salute, please?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I acknowledge that the agenda was properly posted in accordance to the Open Meeting Act.
Okay. Consider an act on the minutes for the January 14th, 2019 regular meeting.
Right now, okay. Here, I'll put them where everyone can see. There you go.
I'd make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and it's been seconded to approve the minutes. I have roll call.
Hess.
Aye.
Bobbit.
Aye.
Vite.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item 6, comments from the public on the below agenda items.
I'll leave a stamp.
See that we have no comments. We'll move down to item A, 7A. Consider submission of bid of 2 portable buildings for sale by the Ponca City School District. Buildings are located at Washington
Hello, I
Pre-K.
forgot to get Dean's stamp out of the left drawer, my top left drawer. Can you bring that? Thank you. Bye-bye.
1615 North 7th Street, Ponca City, Oklahoma. Portable buildings for sale. Each building is a 24 by 60, and there are 2 of them for sale. They have internet cables are in place. Fire alarms is in place. Each office has 2 exits. Built-in cabinets will remain in the buildings. Has place for bathrooms, but toilets have been removed. Exterior is in good shape, needs to be power washed. Structure appeared to be solid. Here's a list of the buildings for sale. Got Brent Smith's phone number down here. Cindy, you went over and looked at these buildings, correct?
Yes, and they were temporary classrooms for Ponca City School. They do appear to be, there's two, they're both alike. They've kind of got them sitting with the breezeway in the middle. I'm sure the steps could come with them if they want, you know, we could have the steps and things. It does have skirting. However, I did also speak with some movers about a couple of house movers, because that's who it would be a house mover. Oh, I've got the names over there. I can run over and get it here in just a second. And the cost to move is going to be approximately, this is to you know, it'll be moved in one piece. It would be
Each one.
yes, each one would be $10,000 to $12,000 to move it.
Oh.
But
Okay, they're 24 foot wide. They can move that all in one piece, or do they have to split it?
I asked, they said they move them all in one piece.
Oh, wow.
They probably have to get
They
a,
have to get a
probably,
special
probably
permit.
why it's that much, 'cause they probably have to have lead cars and pull
Yes.
people over at the, you know, I've noticed some of those that have highway patrolmen that actually do it. People
Yeah.
pay attention to them,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. The one gentleman, house mover, and I can go get the name, was out of Stillwater. And the second one, and his was, he said around 10,000. If you want to put on permanent footing, that would be additional charge. And then the gentleman out of Skytook was the second gentleman I spoke with, and it's like Jay Boz or something like that. He was in the very same range, you know, 10 to 12,000. Additional for footing. He said he had moved some houses here to Medford, and gave me a couple of names. And that was kind of, you know, it is a, you know, it needs a little work on the inside, but in comparison to, I did check to see what it would cost to rent the buildings and have them moved here, and the one quote that I got back was astronomical. It was about 40 grand a building.
A building.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I've been checking and asking. That's what I've been finding out. You know, we're talking 50 to 100,000.
Yeah, if
Just
you go
for
to
the
rent them.
buildings.
Yeah, that's moving them in, rent them, and then you own nothing out of it.
Yeah, and that rental deal, you have to sign guarantees too.
X months.
Yes, that you will leave that
A
building.
maximum of like 6 months or something, or a year.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
and that won't be any damage to the buildings or whatever. To me, this deal here seemed like a lot better
Yeah.
option for us.
We also get the breezeway, right? And we.
I would think, yeah,
Yeah.
they're wanting it out of there, so yeah,
but it
I
might
think there'd
cost
be
a little
no.
more to put it back together, but that might be something that would be good. So I see that if we bid on it, you have to
20%.
20% down of your bid, and you have to submit current personal liability and auto liability.
Which I can do that, yeah, we got it, so yeah.
So yeah, we could do
And-
that.
And honestly, the gentleman I spoke to was very, you know, he's like, you know, we can really,
Work with it.
yeah, we'll work with you, you know, I mean, they don't want to break any rules either, but
Right.
Right.
Right. I'll, since it's a sealed bid and we stream live, if we say, well,
How much
if
you're
we're
gonna
gonna
bid,
bid, if
yeah.
someone's watching it, they might go bid us over $1. How does that work? You know, I don't know.
I don't know.
So,
Yeah, that's a catch.
yeah. We could, you know, when Stephen's been in here on different things before, we've appointed someone to handle that on behalf of the board.
Yeah.
Get with Stephen and come up with a bid. But I know we need to get a purchase order made
Mm-hmm.
to do that. Stephen in, is he by any chance?
If he could come down, that
Yeah.
would be great.
I know it's Tuesday, so it's a
Yeah.
different
Court day,
schedule.
yeah.
Yeah, he's probably in. I'm gonna get.
Hi, Stephen. It's Cindy Pratt. We're in the board meeting, and I know it's a busy day. Is there any way you could come down for a few minutes? All right. We appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
And, you know, yeah, that, I just think it'd be a better deal to, if we could buy something that we can keep, you know.
Well,
Yes.
if nothing, you know, even if you put a little money into it, you can have additional office space or storage space, or at least you have something to show for it.
What would we like to put?
I know, we've got some different options. It takes a special amount of electricity. You know, remember when the USDA, when their FSA offices were condemned, they brought in portable buildings and put them on there across from my shop. And he said something about we might be able to use that temporarily. If you're not going to if you're going to use them temporarily, we could do it there. Or if we'd have to move all of those beams there at my shop, my old shop, or we could move them to my current shop, and we'd have to put rock on it. So you're gonna have some expense of putting rock down, you know. But we could probably do either one of those. And if you want to leave it permanent, my shop, I got 10 acres there, so we could put it anywhere there. If you're talking
Does
about
that flood off?
if you put it behind it, I've got everything over clear over the FS to the new FS. I've got all
between
that.
that building there.
Yeah, you could come right off the highway there. And I've got water there. I've got water. We've got water there and electric.
That would be a pretty good deal.
I thought about and I didn't make it permanent over, you know, over there.
Yep.
I didn't even decide where we're gonna put them. I don't know.
That is true. That is very true.
Or I guess you could put them here and then move them in.
Yeah. But if we're gonna pull a footing.
Yeah, right.
If we're not, if it's temporary.
Yeah, if you did it temporary, you would.
Yeah. Stephen, we come down here to item A, consider submission of bid for 2 portable buildings for the sale of the Ponca City School District. We're looking at options of what we're going to do when we go into our phase of remodeling here, about moving everybody out, whether we're going to rent buildings for temporary space. These buildings here come a sale. It looks to me like it would be a better option for us to purchase these buildings cheaper to have, and then we'll have the buildings after we get done with the remodel for storage or temporary offices or offices to rent or buildings to sell again or whatever. We have to make up our mind, but our dilemma is if we want to purchase these buildings, it says by sealed bid in there. And if we do that here in an open meeting and we state how much we're going to give, somebody could watch this and they would know what we're going to bid. We thought maybe we could meet and appoint somebody to be in charge of this, or you and me, or you and Cindy, or you and Dean, and somebody be on our behalf
and submit a bid.
submit a bid.
We gotta get a, but they've got to have a,
It's up until
4:30 today.
4:30 today.
So yes, Cindy Pratt was going to, whatever we decided, she said she could would get a warrant, and then she could get a certified check, and she would take it over there by the time of the bid. But you know, sometimes what we've done on other legal issues is the board has appointed somebody to act on our behalf. So I would suggest Max, since he's the chairman, that maybe Max and Cindy Pratt could get together, come up with a price. We don't know what it is, you know, and then they could proceed with that. Would that be okay?
Well, you're going to have to give them a price range
Okay.
for them to be
within this, between $0 and something, and then
Right.
tell them anywhere in between that
You'd
they
have
feel
to give them authority to negotiate
Yeah.
a bid on behalf of the county within a certain. You're going to have to set some limits on
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know, for example, if we went out to rent the buildings, we've checked into that, and
Well,
it's-
have you viewed these buildings personally?
we've got about
And-
50 pictures.
And so they're habitable. Okay.
Are they secure?
What do you mean secure as far as? I mean,
I
they're
have a lot of documentation that would open up millions of dollars for somebody if they got a hold of it. I'm concerned about the security of these portable buildings.
Oh, that, well, we're going to have to figure that out. I mean, we can't stay in here. If we stay here, it's going to take them a year to do all this, and with all the things, the whole walls are going to come out, all the electricity. You're going to have, you can't even move one floor at a time because all of the electricity on all the floors are tied together. You tried to, when we've done that before, we thought we was shutting off electricity on this floor, and you end up shutting off some up there, the way it's all tied together. This whole building's going to be gutted, so you can't stay in it.
My office is going to be gutted.
Yes, your office will be gutted.
Why is that?
Because we're taking down all the paneling everywhere to redo everything and put in all new electrical and all new everything.
Is there a problem with
That
the
isn't on the
paneling?
agenda, but
No,
Well, you've not even talked to any of the officers about what you're planning to do with us. We would have appreciated some heads up on this, because we have to make sure that the office is secure. What we've got in there is secure and will be taken care of.
we were going to have that meeting. This just came up while we were trying to gather all the information
for buildings.
to present to the officers. Larry Hand, that's doing our work, happened to just say to her, because we didn't even know these were Thursday, happened to say to Cindy, well, did you know these buildings were available? And we did not know they were available, and that's why the rush is because the bid is today. I apologize if you didn't, we wanted to gather all the information before we did anything, but obviously we didn't know anything till Thursday, and there was no time to have a meeting with everybody else to get around table on this. So
With all due respect, gathering the information we could have helped you with too. It's just a matter of. It's just a matter of you're just going to sit us down and tell us what's going to happen.
No, that really wasn't the plan.
Okay.
So
Now, this is kind of a last minute deal that popped up. We've seen it looks a very appealing opportunity here. We don't want everybody to be happy and stuff, but if we can save ourselves, $50,000, $100,000, that's what we're wanting to try to do. Versus
we've looked at
buildings and stuff.
renting the fairgrounds, but the problem is the timing because of the fair, when the fair is going to be there. We've looked at maybe putting everybody in different buildings. Maybe the courtroom's going to go into my building up there. Penny, we're going to try to do the best we can for the people of Grant County. Trust me, that's what we're doing.
It isn't that every officer's goal.
Right. So, thank
Yeah,
you. I appreciate that.
money is an issue.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
But back to what's on our agenda.
Yes, back to the deal. So if we put somebody in charge and we give them an amount, Stephen, you think that that's the way we ought to handle that? Okay. That's kind of what we was looking for guidance of what we do.
Yeah, you just need to set some limits on what they can do on behalf of the county. And so, give them a price range. I don't have any idea what something like this is worth.
Well, I mean, if I may, just because I did talk to movers about it as well, and basically, your expenses in the moving part. So you don't want to pay huge amount of money. I mean, if I may, I'll just pop a number out, but I would think you wouldn't want to spend more than $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 per building, because your cost is going to be $10,000 to $12,000 per building to move. But compared to renting, that's considerably cheaper.
Yeah, we're looking at renting was like around 80,000. So, and then you own nothing. So, if we
are these like steel buildings?
They're wood.
They're wood.
They're wood buildings.
with vinyl.
So is this like a double wide where?
It's 24 foot. This sheet right here tells you what size the buildings are. 24 foot wide and 64 foot long. They have 2 entrances. They have a place for bathrooms. The toilets have been removed out of them, but we could, we'll put that back. They were used for temporary teaching centers over at Ponca City for school rooms. Classrooms is what they was used for. And they're getting rid of them now.
They built a new school buildings and they've moved in.
So, are you going to have to, are you going to have to just, so it's all one piece, so you're going to have to jack it up and have somebody move the whole thing?
Yes, the option is to have movers. Cindy's talked to a couple movers, one out of Stillwater and one out of Skytook about that house movers that have moved these before.
Okay.
They both said that they wouldn't be no problem to move and that they would move them all in one piece. They're not split or anything. They're going to be moved
So this is
Kind of like a trailer house.
like a trailer house, so it's got a subfloor in it.
Yes.
It's got drop ceilings.
How old are these buildings?
I asked and he didn't really know how
Are
old
they
they were.
built, are they 2x4 construction or 2x6 walls?
I don't know. I did not ask that question.
But we know it's going to cost us 10,000 to 12,000
10
per each building to
To
move.
move.
And then you got, I don't know if we'd run
Footing.
footing, we got to figure out. We don't think we need to decide that today because we need to know whether we're going to keep them or sell them. If you're going to make them to keep, you want to make them more permanent. Where are you going to move them? It doesn't necessarily have to be Metro. We can move them to Palm Creek. We can move them to Waukeeta.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we're going to have to decide where we're going to put them, and we'll have to make up a mind.
if we get the bid.
If we get the bid, we don't
But
know.
right now, we just need to know whether we're going to submit a bid. So,
And
I
part
would
of-
come up with a figure. I would say I would make a recommendation that Max and Cindy figure out a price anywhere from, and this would be just for the buildings. And do we bid it for both buildings, or do you bid them per building? Do you remember how that? Are they like a building 1 and building 2?
It says 2 portable buildings.
So the bid is for 2 ports, so it's one bid for everything.
That's what I would think.
So I would give you a parameter of between $0 and $10,000 for the 2 buildings. And that doesn't mean you have to give the
Go to the
10,
maximum.
and you can submit it all anywhere, or $1. I guess $1 would be more appropriate. Probably $1 to 10,000. How do you feel about that number?
0 to 10,000 for
Or
both buildings.
Yeah, $1. I guess you better say one.
One each.
No, for both. What do you think?
Good deal if you could.
What do you think?
That'd be
Yeah,
fine.
that sounds good to me.
Both of them?
So do we have a second?
Okay.
I'll second.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry, you did
Yeah,
move?
I would, no, I was just throwing that
Oh,
out.
I'm sorry.
I was just
Sorry.
throwing that out just for discussion, but I would make the motion if you all think that's a fair deal. I mean, I don't know what you want to come up with.
Well, I know most of your expense is gonna be in your moving, and from what Cindy's talked to the movers, we're looking at like a $10,000 to $12,000
Per building.
per building.
Mhm.
So, you know, we're looking at 20,000 versus 80,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I mean-
per building.
You're looking at,
Well, no, it'd be 10 or 12,000 per
Per.
building.
We're saying, we might be able to get this as anywhere from, well, if you have 2 buildings, anywhere from 20 to 30,000, I think we can put in it, as opposed to renting for 80.
You're gonna have about 22,000 then to move them.
Right, we're thinking maybe, and it might be more than that, depending what we do. You know, if you decide to
Where we
run,
move 'em
yeah,
here, or-
where we move them to, that's an estimate. It's still cheaper than 80,000.
So then if you're buying for 10, then you're looking at maybe 32.
Maybe.
Yeah, your total could, yeah, be 30.
Yeah, maybe 30. If you paid the maximum. I mean,
Right.
I don't know that. I think you can get them cheaper than that, but
Yeah.
so, but that's just a parameter.
Well, if that's be good, we can talk to them over there at the school. We can talk to the movers. We can.
but if we're gonna do that, then you and I, we need to
I was
recess
gonna-
and
we're gonna
then go
recess,
decide
yeah.
and then.
Yeah, that's what we'll
PO
do.
does.
Let you guys do that.
To get the
Okay.
warrant, okay. 'Cause so then is it possible to get the warrants registered and back today?
If we're not busy, if we don't have people wanting to pay taxes so that we have money to do all this.
You said we was what 80%, 90% collected.
No, we're not. You know, we just do the halves by December 31st. So there's probably going to be, I'd have to run a report for you.
Okay,
To see what it is this morning, but-
we're 30-40% collected on half. of the
We'd
tax.
be half collected. Yeah, about close to 50%, maybe a little bit over.
On half. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a motion and a second.
And a motion and a second. We'll take a vote on it.
Hess,
Yes.
Bobbit,
Yes.
Bite,
Yes.
I would make a motion to take a recess to allow Max and Cindy to meet.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Cindy moved, Dean seconded that we take a recess at 9:29. Have a vote?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Bite.
Aye.
Okay, we're in recess. Cindy, I guess we'll need to go call and... Do you have that document? Stephen, thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve.
Yes, just still,
Well, we just need to go discuss and then,
Yeah.
and then we can have
Yeah.
her.
We'll be back.
So they usually feel worse in the morning.
Is our sound off on these when we're in recess? Or
You
are
know,
these
I don't
live?
know. We said last time that it was still on.
Yeah.
Max, you're turning 60?
I am. This Saturday.
He's just a young one.
Yep.
no, I was gonna say, can wait. Just consider where they do location as far as, transporting the inmates to court, be my only concern on how far, because we're running short, a lot of times we just have one deputy a day right now.
Yeah.
That would be my only-
It's gonna cost-
Nice thing is it won't be permanent. It won't be a permanent.
Do we know how much these are worth, these portable buildings? No. No appraisals or anything?
Washington, that's where I went to elementary school.
Did you really?
Right there at on
You
7th
from
Street.
K County?
From 3rd grade until 8th grade.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I just wish we knew how much they were worth. Might help in making a bid.
Yeah.
That moving is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Because, I mean, you want the best when you're moving it because you don't want to fall apart down on the road.
For sure. Did they say how long they were going to recess?
Why, you afraid you won't get a swing? Are you busy this weekend?
A little bit.
It's nice to have the ceiling again.
Yeah, I bet.
Mm-hmm. It looks pretty good in there, honestly.
Who knows what's behind all these old...
Well, my deal is I only have one spot in the back room that's even.
Got the paneling?
Yeah. Well, it's even like bubbled because we
Yeah.
had water leak or whatever on there. So that's a lot of expense to completely gut if you don't need to. A lot.
Obviously, none of this was done right when they recovered it because all the walls are...
I know it.
that
Yeah.
way.
But behind it, what do we have behind it?
Well, what they did is whatever was behind it, they just threw them one buys up, and evidently they didn't make sure everything was level when they attached them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And I think the courthouse settling makes a difference on that too. You know, and how many earthquakes we've had.
It's going. Well, this is the second Monday. First Monday didn't exist.
well, I've got a cash bond in my desk. I guess I could go
Bring it to us.
do it real quick while we're in recess.
Which item are you doing?
Oh, well, actually, I think it's just they're doing the gentlemen. They were doing their
Oh.
walkthrough today.
I saw that. So good.
So really, I don't think I really have any
You don't want to miss anything though. Sheriff?
Well, I was kind of curious what their thoughts were on moving stuff because I've just hear bits and pieces of people's thoughts, and
I know.
so I was kind of curious.
They might be surprised with good ideas that we could actually help with. I mean, to be left out is, and just told, no, I got your office, is really not a good plan.
Cause you could, I mean, some stuff can be left, but you need to take the
Everything.
pertinent stuff.
And all of those desks that we have is gonna have to be completely broken down
Oh.
because they can't fit on the door. They were built inside of it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just as much in the dark as you are.
Why? You have to make the decisions on these things. Why are you in the dark?
This is kind of the first I heard about these buildings.
That's not right either. I wanted to know how much they were worth.
Well, if you built new, it'd be close, and he figured $80 a foot, it'd be close to $100,000.
But these buildings aren't new. How old
I know,
are they?
that's why I asked you.
I know, that was a good point, and I know that.
And whether they were 2 by
2 by
4
4s
or 2 by 6, because
Yeah.
if they don't move, if they're not 2 by 6, or they may not move down the road real well.
I wondered about that too. Moving is expensive,
Sure
very
is.
expensive. I had found some.
Like I say, you want somebody doing it that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the only other thing we can do is build
Everything
a
breaks.
great big shop, put it all in there, and then somebody would end up with a new shop.
I
got somebody that, I know somebody,
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
heavens now. We have this new bakery in Colorado.
even Max would probably say, yeah, he
And
does
she
too.
started now, she has breakfast and bakes the stuff herself, and then biscuits and gravy and burritos, and then she started lunch this week, where
Really?
she's having soup and salad and sandwich wraps. But her
Does she
stuff
open
is
on
really
weekends too?
good. She is open on Saturday till 2, and on Friday night till 6, I think it is. The
Wow.
other time, it's she's closed on Tuesdays and Sunday, and then she's open from like 7 to 2 the other days.
Well, they're really cool.
Yeah, she does good, and they're like Katie's Pantry, you know, that almond. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on Main Street. You know where the
West
grocery
side?
store's at?
West side or east
You want
side?
It's on the
Working.
west side. It's in the
I like
middle
that
of the
one.
block.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I keep stopping there on my way to work. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's all right. Men at work,
Oh, boy.
just for you. I love sugar cookies. I never make them. And a Katie's Pantry all over again.
Never had Case Pantry.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, you gotta go. Mm. Mhm.
You girls better come get you some cookies.
They are good. Did you have to move out of the jail? You're just curious as to where they're going to put them.
I'm gonna have to transport to the court.
Oh, I get you. Ooh,
Like on docket day, we might have 6.
what do you do with
I
that?
don't have,
People to transport. Oh my. It'd be best if they were right here beside you.
Vicky's closing the daycare the last day of school before it could be right there in that church.
See, you know those things. I didn't know that. That helps. So, is she not gonna open it back up?
state regulations on it now that people don't always want to mess with all the oversight.
I'm sure about that.
Good cookies, Max.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Desi did that. She got them cookies from Caldwell. You all have one. Thank you. It was a total shock to me. I didn't know anybody was even knew it was my birthday. So
You didn't know it was your birthday.
no, not yet. I tell you what, this is when I really drive over the hill this time. 50 was a warm up. 60's the drop off.
Okay, we're back live.
I'd make a motion to come out of recess and back into session at 9:42.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Motion carried. Reconvene back into. That brings us down to item B, transfers of appropriations. None. Oh, that's what we like to hear. Purchase orders and travel claims review.
I'd make a motion to review purchase orders and travel claims.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to review. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
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 Okay, this is the District 3 and the grader, and we held it.
Oh, yeah. He said we need to pay him,
We need to
It's
grade it.
almost capped.
You really snuck that. They were good.
Thank you very much.
That's a separate one. This will start this folder. folder.
Cindy, did you pick up the signs for the assessor's office
No.
over there? I don't know who or what happened to them. They called me and I said
Call
no.
me, yeah. No, I just picked up some little bitty reflector deals and posts is all I picked up. I
Okay.
didn't pick up any signs.
Well, I don't know what the deal was.
That's the last of that folder. That one goes in that folder.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. You still have a dozer?
Yep.
That goes in that folder. Oh, sorry. Do you know what kind of postage the fair board is getting?
Well, we're all trying to get our postage before it
Yeah,
goes
but it's an
up.
odd amount. It's not.
Oh.
It's a weird amount.
Oh, yes, I do know what that is. She got postcards.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
they're getting ready to have, because actually
Okay.
I called and got the number,
Okay.
so I know it's $285.90.
Because it was an odd.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure that out. An odd
because
dollar.
it's cheaper because they were doing the postage paid little cards.
Yeah.
Did it have a quantity on there? Because it was for
No.
500. If we want to write that on the PO, it might not hurt. It was for 500.
Okay, I think it's here.
It's in there somewhere. That's the last one.
How's it going? Good, how are you? I was trying to figure out what's going on with this one.
Looks like.
Yeah. That's all.
We did come up with a new section.
This is a cookie.
They are, yeah. Elizabeth brought, I haven't had one of yours yet. She had brought some here a couple of weeks ago because for us to sample. And I was like, oh God, I ate the whole thing. I was like, well, check for cookies. Well, I just love cookies. So sweet. It doesn't help. I watched Kids Baking Championship weekend. They're absolutely good.
Man.
I'm talking 10-year-old kids that are baking these cakes. I'm like,
Yeah, it's perfect.
Hey. How are you?
Have a cookie. It's somebody's birthday.
Max is getting happy birthday.
It's coming up.
When is it, Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
See. Chilly down here. Yeah, if you turn the heater on, sometimes you can't hear. Yeah, but it might be better today since the ceiling's in. Finally. Hopefully it continues and she doesn't stay out of water. It's hard to be sure. In every way. She said to me here, just tell us you want to it's okay. I'm getting that agreement when they were 12. I don't insult to the day.
It's a nice one. That orange frosting?
Yes, I got that. It's good. Better learn to like it. Okay, I'd entertain a motion to approve purchase orders and travel claims.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Dean made the motion and Cindy seconded. All in favor?
Hess.
Aye.
Bobbit.
Aye.
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 You can call Alex.
Motion carried.
Hello, Ian's ready. Thank you.
I think we only had one blanket purchase order.
Motion to approve.
Cindy moved. I'll second. All in favor?
Hess.
Aye.
Bobbit.
Aye.
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 Motion carried. Item E, utility water line relocation agreement on Clyde Road. The RC&D Water Authority had immediately signed it and brought it back. Cindy put it on the agenda. Thank you. And the water board has signed it already, and this is going to be putting the water line agreement and the money that's going to take to relocate it into my SERB plan. That's what it's for.
How much is it?
$127,246.42.
How many miles is that?
Well, it's less than 2 miles, less than a mile and a half. This is the
Title sheet.
title sheet for the project, but I was trying to see in here where it said how long it was. But this is an agreement with ODOT and through there, because we have to have that all signed and put into the plan. And the water board approved it on the 14th. And that includes the commission that, this is how much it is. 3-inch water line, 529 linear feet by trench and backfill, and 280 foot of 6-inch, 9-inch casing.
I just take that.
I would make a motion to approve.
That one that he has is signed off completely.
Okay, this one's got like Steve's
Yeah,
signature.
I'd taken it up there twice, just,
So we just need
yeah,
this
I just,
one?
yeah.
Okay. Second.
I'm sorry, who made the
I made the motion. Cindy seconded. All in favor?
Hess.
Aye.
Bobbit. Aye.
Aye.
Oh, heavens, they're just hard tonight.
Yes, they are. Okay.
And does this go over to CED?
Yes, this goes to the CED. I'll have to call and see whether Jason, I'm supposed to take that to Jason or.
Okay, well, which I went ahead of, because I've got some other stuff for you too. So.
Okay, very good. This here, item F is consideration of signing of the title sheet for the water line relocation project, which Jason called me and asked me if we'd signed the sheet. I said, no. We have to sign the sheet for the CIRB plan, and then we have to sign the sheet because this is a federal aided project for the water line relocation. And I said, no, and he said, well, I'll send it to you, so that's what this is. I would make a motion to sign the title sheet.
I'll second.
Okay, Hess moved and Knight seconded. All in favor?
Hess.
Aye.
Bobbit. Aye.
Aye. Okay, this is the 22nd of 19. Cindy, there's a place for you to sign underneath there.
And you probably need to test it. It doesn't say that, but I'll bet
Yeah,
you
I
do.
usually try to do the test.
Yeah.
Item G, Lamont Fire Department, change order number 9, $5,442, and change order number 10, $1,947. Embry and Hodges. And they have signed off on it on the 8th. Change order number 9, and this is number 10.
What are those? List drive.
It's subgrade preparation and culvert extension
Yeah,
for 2A.
yeah. 60 foot. I can't believe they would have thought of anything else.
I know, I wouldn't have thought so either. And additional pavement, that's the number 9. And then number 10, install an additional raceway and emergency circuits gutter between the panels for future development if an upgrade in the generator is added at a later time. And they've signed off on both of them.
I would move to approve.
I'll second.
Cindy moved, Dean seconded, all in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. And I guess we're just gonna sign,
I think it's right
Under
under
Jim.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, they're both Jim.
Oh, Max, there's 2 of them in here.
oh, here.
I suppose.
Even with it, you even signed on the second line there.
Yeah, got that one right, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Item H, scanning, indexing, and importing record books, 321-503 by Midwest Printing, single source for the county clerk's office. I know that we getting ready to move. If we're going to have you moved out of your office and stuff, we're going to have trouble accessing the records and stuff. I know, I thought about that. What if we had to tote all them books? Oh my gosh. Talk about a load now. That would be a problem.
So we had requested in our budget for the 18-19 year to go in and scan the old records, the real old records that are the black with the white print, and they were going to revert them and all that. And so you did give us some money in our budget to do that. However, we have not done that yet. Since we're going to be moving out of the building, I got with Scott from Midwest Printing, and he gave us a quote, which is in the email, of if we waited on doing the older books and going ahead and getting scanning, indexing, and importing them into CalPro on all our existing, which would get all of our current records up to date. However, we do not have enough money in our budget, so I would respectfully request if we could have additional funds to get that project done. And the reason too is if we did it half now and half later, it would be more expensive because it'd be a higher rate. It'd be a penny more per item. So if we do it all at one time, will be better. I did request, I tried to see if I can get, he hasn't responded. I requested if we could get it a little bit cheaper. But this would get everything into where people could go out online and actually retrieve the records, and it would also create income for us by them going out online, and they'd have to pay to get, they have to pay for their copies.
Yeah,
and stuff,
they
so.
pay over the internet.
Okay, so what'd we put in your budget?
I think it was like was it?
Oh, let's see. That's okay.
Well, we have like 20,000
okay.
in there. Yeah.
We
so we must have
budgeted you
20,000.
and so
We really would need like
another 24,000.
mhm.
That would get. So right now, you have 245 books out of 751 that are already scanned and in CalPro.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and you got like every time someone files something right now, you're scanning it or something.
So
right?
once we get this point
So
done,
you get all this
then we'll
back
be-
stuff, then you'll have it all online.
from this point forward, it would all be
Be
online.
online.
Mhm.
Does this include the
Old
stuff? No. So this goes back to.
What
But I
year?
mean, how far back does this go?
It's 183 books. So
You said you have 245 out of 751, so you're lacking about 500 books or not that are not.
accessible
Yeah.
to the public.
So are these the 500? So are you going to be doing 500, or so
Let's
you're going to
see.
be scanning?
We would import books. Actually, at this time, it'd be 183 books in that second paragraph.
Excuse me.
No.
Okay.
From 321 to 503.
So that doesn't get it won't get you completely caught up yet.
No.
Okay.
It would get us caught up, except for all the the really, really old ones that are black on white.
Okay.
But it would get all of our, and Scott did say he was surprised that we didn't get all our current records scanned and indexed first. He said most counties do that, and then they worry about the old, because you don't typically reference your older
old stuff,
documents,
yeah.
because we're talking like the 100-year-old documents that aren't scanned in. Is what we were potentially thinking, but. And the timeline, he said, would be, if they come in, they can get it done in 2 to 3 weeks. He said they basically send some young guys up here and they live in the vault for 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever, scanning. So
Okay, so on your email here, on the email, let's go over that for so I understand what it is. So the down here at the bottom, you're scanning 183 books, 975 per page. That's 17 cents, and then your index by book and page for import images
into CalPro.
Into CalPro, 8 cents a page. So that's this.
And what that does is it imports it into CalPro to where they don't.
So if you want to go and look up section 25 of
right,
township.
it indexes the section.
Okay,
the
got
legal
you. I got
description,
you.
puts all the data into
okay,
CalPro,
got you. I got you.
along with the image.
I got you. I got you. Well, we need to do it one way or the other, and I suppose this is finally putting our feet to the fire to finally get it done. We're probably one of the few counties that still don't have our books indexed.
And I will mention too, and I will. Scott was supposed to send me the letter, but they are a single source, meaning that, well, you know what that is, but the public maybe not. But to where they are the only, they have a contract with CalPro that they're the only vendor that is allowed to access their system and import those into their system.
Yeah.
Wish I owned CalPro.
We don't have anybody willing to live in the.
Well, we all use CalPro, and it's a county system. County government's very unique. There is another system out there, and I can't even think who it is. There's a few counties that use it. I don't think it's as good a system as CalPro is.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, we've already got CalPro.
Yeah, we've already got everything's already CalPro. So.
And they're the only people that are
allowed them to use it. So
you can't go.
So either
either
you do use them or you don't have.
Or you don't get the service.
Or you don't get the service. So.
Yeah. But they're a very good vendor, very reputable, as you well know.
Yeah.
Midwest has been in business for years, and
We'd take that out of our, move it out of our contingency over to the budget to fund, that's budgeted through your, into your preservation fund?
Is that a supplemental to the budget?
Yes. It'd be a transfer. So, do you have any problems with that?
No, I don't. I think it needs to be done,
I do
but,
too.
you know, we've kind of drug our feet on this for a long
Yeah,
time.
I know. Well, when we did our budget, we talked about doing half this year and half next year
Yeah.
anyway, so we're almost there. So, I would make a motion to supplement the preservation budget for an additional $25,000 to cover the scanning and indexing of the entire records for the preservation as presented.
Okay. I would second that motion. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Vite,
Aye.
You
Item-
might need to get with Buddy and see if we have to do anything different on the
Okay.
budget, or if we can, if it has to be a supplement to the budget, or if it's just a transfer in, but find out
Okay.
exactly how we do that.
okay.
Okay. Item I, revocation of requisitioning officer Corey Shrewsbury for the Nash Fire Department. I know he's retired now. I would make a motion to revoke his requisitioning officer status. We have a second.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Vite,
Aye.
Item J, designation of requisitioning officers, Evan Palaska and Alexandra Britton for the Nash Fire Department.
Motion to designate Evan and Alex as requisitioning officers for Nash Fire Department.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and been seconded. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Vite,
Aye.
Motion carried.
Bless you.
This in here is, okay, you got the second one there.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
All of a sudden I realized that it was the same name.
now that's the next one. That's the next item.
Okay, then
Wait a
there's not
minute.
one for, yes, there is for Alexander.
Yeah,
Okay.
It made him the fire chief. He's the fire chief.
Chief is
for Alex, and what's that?
and
Okay.
that's for himself.
Very
to
good.
to be.
Okay. Okay, item K, revocation of requisitioning officer Barbara Bush for the Medford Public Library.
I would move to revoke Barbara Bush from the Medford Library as a requisitioning officer.
I'll second.
It's been moved and been seconded to revoke Barbara Bush from the Medford Public Library. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Vite,
Aye.
Motion carried. Item L, designation of requisitioning officer Samantha Gibson for the Medford Public Library.
Move to designate Samantha for the requisitioning officer for the Medford Public Library.
We have a second.
I'll second.
It's been moved and has been seconded. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Vite,
Aye.
Motion carried.
Did
Item-
Barbara retire?
yes,
Yes.
Barbara retired.
Item M, 2019-04 declaration of surplus 2014 cat graders, 2 of them. The serial numbers are listed, 918 and 909.
I would move to declare a surplus resolution 2019-4 for the 2014 cat graders, serial number 918 and 909. That's just for D1.
Okay, that's what I was just
Yeah.
going to ask you.
D-
So
For
I need to
D1.
put this-
D3.
Okay.
Excuse me, D3.
D3,
Excuse me,
So
I'm
should-
sorry.
It's just
D3.
Okay.
Yes, excuse me.
So I'll note that there was a
yeah,
typo.
yeah. Right.
Yeah. I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
and
Abstain.
Okay.
And that was per ADA Young. Item N. 2019-05 declaration of surplus 3 John Deere rotary cutter mowers ending in 38316, 38312, and 37256. And also an 87 GMC truck, serial number ending in 525417, per District 1 and 3. And the mowers are District 1 and the oil truck is District 1 and 3.
Okay, so tell me that again, please.
Okay.
The oil, the mowers are both.
The mowers are District 1,
Okay,
the 3 cutters, and the GMC truck ending in serial number 525417 is District 1 and 3.
okay.
So the mowers are District 1 and the truck is District 1 and 3.
And did you move?
And I make a motion to
okay.
surplus.
Okay, I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Vite,
Abstain.
and here it is. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see, I have. Okay, so these are D1,
Yeah, the mowers are
This is-
District 1.
D1, and D3.
Yes.
And here's the written if you want to.
And Donna put them on the deal. She listed them all together. She did it. So
I just typed it. Just.
do you? Okay.
Yeah, just because the first one she sent me had a sticky note on it, and so then Cassie or Desi brought this one in during the meeting. But
Okay.
And you're just surplusing. Let's see, you need to sign right there
Oh,
too.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Item O. OSU Extension Office. Update on OCES budgets.
I bring great news.
Oh,
Glad
right.
tidings and joy.
I'll bet.
Yeah, I gotta say, I hope so. But thank you.
So,
After
we had a CED meeting in Stillwater last week, and this was the full extent and excitement of most of the day, talking about budget changes. And as you guys well know, the extension budget is in bad shape.
yes.
And so they've been working on for about a year to try and figure out a plan of how to get back to where we need to be. And so basically they've gone to where it used to be that the across the board regular plan was 2 educators and a full-time secretary.
Yeah.
So that was that's what it's been in the past. The new plan that OSU is looking at is that each county will have 1 educator and a 3/4 time admin assistant. And then anything over that is completely the county's responsibility to take care of. So the reason why I brought it to you guys' attention today is because Dr. Doyd is going to be presenting some information at the ACO meeting, the next ACO meeting, and I wanted you guys to hear it from me before you heard it from her. So each one of these pages, I just went in and kind of played with the budget calculator, and the way this is going to work is it actually is the 2021 budget. However, because they will be having to lay off positions, they want everybody to know what's going to happen for that budget by March. So since we don't even look at our budgets until May, we have to start looking at that now. And I think most of the county educators are in agreement that they would rather know what's going on and just be able to move forward. So I think that a lot of the counties are going to go ahead and start sharing educators and doing those types of things for money purposes as soon as possible. So so the first sheet, so right now our 2019 budget was $30,239 from the county. The first page is with a full-time educator, a full-time admin assistant, my personal stance, and you guys we can discuss this, and Dee's more than happy to come up and go over it too, but my stance is I'd rather put extra money in and keep my secretary full-time because she is the office, in my opinion, and our doors need to stay open 40 hours a week. Some of them have discussed letting the offices close for some of that time, but I think it's really important for our clientele that we're here. So so I didn't do any of the 3/4 time admin positions, so we can look at that, but the full-time educator, a full-time admin assistant, and then 25% of an educator that we would share with one of the closer counties would be $52,348 a year is what they're looking at. Now this doesn't have, I left all of our other numbers exactly as they were. So I left travel, M&O, capital outlay, all of those things at the same amount as what we have this year. So those are numbers that we may be able to play with a little bit, but I just needed to get a baseline. So that's how I left those numbers.
So the 52,348, if you left those the same, that's what the county would have to come up with. So you're talking $22,100 roughly.
Right. Yes. And then the second one is, let's see. Look, it says up here in the. Yeah. Okay. So the second one is actually what our budget is for this year: the full-time educator, a full-time admin assistant, and a full-time program assistant. And the way they're doing the program assistant position now, that's actually going to be considerably more, and that's a full-time position as opposed to a quarter or half-time position. So for us to stay staffed the same way we are now, it's going to be $84,900.
So let me ask you, Cassie, are we paying 100% of your salaries then?
So what happens is the one educator and the 3/4 time secretary, OSU pays in on, just like they are now. But that second educator and anything over that one educator and the 3/4 time secretary, the county is 100% responsible for.
Okay, but if it's going up that much, we're paying a bigger portion though of your salaries, right?
You're paying. Well, you aren't. Yes. Yes.
Because if your
bottom line is yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if we're paying $30,000 right now, and we already, and 24.5 of it is based on travel and all that, we're only paying like what, $6,000 of your all of your wages, and now they're asking us to pay about $28,000 of all your wages. So, I mean, we're going. So who's your employer? Is now the county your employer, or is the state your employer?
No, we're still state employees. We're still OSU's employees, and that was something that was discussed a lot at the meeting. Because here's the other thing, and this is something that the educators have a really hard time with, is so if we start going into counties and saying, okay, we're going to share. So let's just take example. K County has tax money, so if K County says we can afford to keep our 3 people just like we are and not change, but Grant County needs to share somebody, because the other thing they're saying is they don't like the idea of there only being one educator. It's like you can't have your cake and eat it too, but they don't like the idea of having one educator, so they want somebody to work with Grant County. So K County's stance is, and this isn't, it's just an example, but if K County's stance is, but if our people are saying we have the budget and we want to pay to keep the people that we have, we shouldn't have to be tapped into because of that.
Right. So they could move us, say, to Garfield County or Alfalfa. You just have to find a county that would be willing to share with us.
Right. And so I mean, and the lines are not black and white like they used to be. Like when we went into a unit before, it was, they had 3 educators and they were shared between Alfalfa County and Grant County, and the 2 counties had the 3 educators. So we had an ag educator, a 4-H educator, and an FCS educator. Well, this time they're not saying that they're going to draw those lines. So they're not going to, like, we may not have an ag educator, an FCS educator, and a 4-H educator. We may have an ag 4-H educator, which is my position, and then part of an FCS educator that would share with from another county.
So that they're saying, though, if we want to keep our extension open at all, the minimum we can have is 1 educator and 3/4 admin.
Right.
That's the minimum.
That's the
and
minimum.
then you can anything over and beyond is 100% on us. So if we decided we want to share a quarter with Garfield or whoever, we can work that out. That's 100% on us.
Right.
At their rates.
Right.
But okay. But you are saying that you would rather see something, but because we only have to have 1 educator. And if we want to put any extra money in, you'd rather see us put that 25% into keeping a full-time admin rather than having another educator. Right now, you're the show, because for how long? Yeah, I mean, since Sherry, July.
Since July.
So since July, you've been the show. Is that a doable thing for you?
I think it is if they'll let me. But see, that's the thing, is I don't know, because we asked Dr. Joy, okay, so what's an educator going to look like if the county says, okay, we can only afford the base. We can only afford the 1 educator and the secretary, and we can't afford to share with anybody else. What's that educator going to look like?
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there quietly, and somebody said, we can't do that. We can't have islands, is the way they stated it. And that's hard for me, because I think there are people that can pull the weight, and we're a small county with, it's not like Garfield County. Garfield County couldn't use 1 educator. There's no way they couldn't do it.
Well, they have so many other ones on top of what their other ones. They have all the specialty ones.
Right. But my thing is as long as the educator is okay with it in that county, and they're okay with calling in specialists to help with things, and they can't touch any of our area staff because of tenure, and they can't touch the state staff because of tenure. So really the counties are the only ones that they can come after. So I mean, that's where we're at.
Well, and you need to know something by March, so we don't have to decide today. But another question will be, okay, we've got 24/5 we've given you, and obviously, travel will be hard, but your M&O and your aid to your 4-H, we've got 11,000 there. Is there a possibility that the 4-H kids could step up and, we can give X dollars and anything over and beyond, I know you do a lot of, we see lots of POs coming through for lots of different supplies.
Even that travel the travel amount, that 13,000 is based on 2 educators and the secretary's travel, and we haven't used that 13,000 for 2 years. So I even think that the travel would be able to be cut down. The only thing that scares me about the travel is if they come in and say, you have to share with somebody, then we're going to have to be paying that person's travel, and so that's a little nerve-wracking. The other thing is so say we pair with K County. Dee's response to me about K County was then K County actually has 3 educator positions, so they have an ag, an FCS, and a 4-H. So if I share with them in Dee's mind, but see, he was in the unit, so that's the way he triggers. So in Dee's mind, they have an ag and an FCS, so I would become the 4-H educator for both counties, and they would be the ag and FCS educator for each of the counties. I don't really see it working that way, just because, number one, I'm still going to be required to do ag things in Grant County, just because that's the way it's. They're going to say it's not, but they also say that we work 40 hours a week. So I don't see it working like that, especially after talking to Damona. I see it as that we would be able to just share their FCS educator, and I would still continue to be the ag and 4-H educator in Grant County.
So before we decide and put all of our money in the basket, are we going to have that outlined so we know what we're,
Yes.
because I don't want to say that we're going to do something with the money and then all of a sudden they say, no, we're going to take your money and do this with it.
Right. No, it would all be out. And when you said March, that's March of next year, March of 2020 is when we have to have that laid out. So we have a little bit of time. The only thing we have to think about is other counties are going to start moving and sharing, and so if those opportunities arise, we may have to cross this bridge quicker than what we maybe want to. But the actual deadline for us to know exactly what we're going to do is March of 2020.
So if we come up with something, start going forward for the next year, are they going to allow you to work with other counties to come up with a plan, or are they going to, I mean, you can have the conversations, but then they're going to give it the yay or nay?
Right. So, and you guys will have say in that also. It won't just be the district, and they're giving a lot of pool to the district directors just because they know the counties and what the counties need and the people that are in our positions. So, basically the state is saying, you guys figure this out, but this is what the money lies. This is where it's at. And they have, they actually, in Dr. Doyle's PowerPoint presentation last week, she has a pretty great slide set that has all of these numbers in it and what it costs. Like the quarter time admin is $12.5 is what the extra quarter of an admin costs. And so, like, she has that broke down, but some of her numbers were wrong. And so that slide set's being reworked. So as soon as we get those numbers, we can look at it too. I just wanted you guys to hear what was going on from me before you got to the ACO meeting and were blindsided by.
Yeah, Cassie didn't tell us.
Yeah,
Cassie didn't say anything. She's happy up there on the third floor. So.
Okay, well, you sure give us some things to think about and stuff.
And we can, this is all just a spreadsheet. We can play with these numbers and put in different numbers and the line of communication between the extension educators is very open right now as far as what people need and what we're going to, we're trying to save people's jobs. We don't want to, Major County even asked if we could do something with them, and there are ways, but if it saves them from letting go of a position and they're willing to make that drive, Fairview's an hour and 15 minutes, so it isn't as.
Well, who pays the mileage on that? Would that be them if they're?
That's all still things that they're trying to work out. They haven't given us those direct answers. The way Logan and I've talked about it a lot, and the way Logan says is, okay, if they come to Grant County one day a week, then that is their office, and we don't get paid mileage to come to work every day. So that they have to come, I may have to go one place to do that. But in all reality, what I would like to see is that I stay here continuing to do what I do and bring in the help that we need to get that FCS side of the office. But we'll just see if we can make that pass. Alfalfa County is already sharing with Woods County, so that kind of puts a little bit of a different spin on things there. Garfield County is huge, and they have 3 educators plus a HORT person, so it's all just going to depend on what people need where. K County is an option just because they do have the 3 positions, and their 4-H position is open right now. So, they're already looking at what they want to try and do. Some of the difficulties with that, though, is they are now across district lines. So that means you have 2 district directors to deal with, 2 district fairs, 2 state fairs, because they even do Tulsa State Fair instead of Oklahoma State Fair. So there's just a lot of there would be a lot of communication to figure out how we would make that work.
How many home, and I know I don't have the right name, home demonstration clubs do we have? I know that's not what they're called anymore.
We have 3 OHCE clubs in the county, and we have about between 25 and 30 members in that group right now.
Between the three clubs,
So-
there's about 25. And then is your quilting club
That is one of them.
That is one of them. So you
Yep.
have two regulars.
So we have quilt group, Redbud, which is mostly Medford,
Okay, Redbud.
and Goodwill, which is mostly Waukeeta. The Deer Creek Lamont group shut down about a year and a half ago. So,
Okay.
so the other thing that makes this a little bit interesting in my mind is because, okay, I cannot be an FCS educator because I don't have a human science degree, but my degree is in animal science, but it's meat science and food nutrition on the animal science side. So I have the education in the kitchen side of FCS. So they're even kind of talking, the district office is even kind of talking about that, and they've given me the reins to dabble in the FCS stuff a little bit because of those degrees. Like I can do the Instapot and the fryer demonstrations and those kind of things, and anything concerning the commercial kitchen down there just because of my degree, but I can't be an FCS educator because I don't have that specific degree. So,
And that's where this island deal comes in.
right.
Yeah.
It'd be really nice if they just drop the titles and say, you are Grant County's educator, or you two are Grant County's educators, do the job that the county needs, but I don't see that happening. So,
Yeah,
Food for thought, isn't
it
it?
is.
Yeah.
it is. And the other thing that's in there is just a schedule for the spring livestock show. So that
Okay.
you have it. It's that time of year.
Yes, it is. Well, Kathy, next time you come back down, try to have a little better
I know,
news.
right? I'll work on that. I'll try to be a little bit more.
Well, thank you for giving us that
Yeah.
information before we go to our ECHO
Yes.
meeting in March. So appreciate that very
See
much.
if you get anything out of it that I didn't.
All right.
understand
Okay.
anything
We'll let you know.
right.
Thank you again.
Happy birthday, Max.
Yes, thank you. Get you a cookie before you go.
Oh, I better not. I need
Ah.
more coffee before I have sugar.
Uh-oh. Okay. Item P, acknowledge the ACO SIG 6-year loss run history for Grant County as of 12/31 of 18. And here it is. Review the enclosed 6 run.
And I know, Cindy, you emailed that to me, but I forgot to look at it.
Oh, well, if you want to table it, we got the SIG in after I'd already posted the agenda,
Okay.
so I could put them both on the agenda for next week if you want.
Oh, you got
Did you,
the.
did you look at them? I did. Did you,
I glanced
did you
at them
look
a
at
little
'em?
bit.
I didn't. I got busy with. Did you? So we just need to say they're yay or nay. They were.
Here's one. GM grader backed into claimant vehicle that had pulled up right behind the grader. Oh, is Jim yeah, Jim Denny. That's who's taking care of it. Okay, okay.
So I was gonna say. See, I was gonna say.
Let's see, it should say District 2 or District 2 like that.
Yeah, well, this says District 1 over here.
I know it says District 1, but I don't remember who it was.
See, I know I had
Oh, I
one.
remember that.
Okay.
That was Green's.
Okay.
Eddie Green. His hired man was driving the pickup. Eddie told me that he said, I told him not to get too close to that grader, but he went ahead and pulled up right behind it anyway. That's right. Okay. Grant County Sheriff's Office.
What was that?
Well, it's a case for. That's 2518. That's not selling it Claudine Sink deal.
Mm-mm.
I
No,
didn't
that's
think so.
something on
Let's
here.
look at before.
remember what settlement we had from the sheriff's.
Well, this
Well,
one, I don't.
It wasn't paying money.
No, this is a whole different deal. This
Oh.
was on a private collection company entered and said that his rights were violated. This was in 18. That was last February. I didn't hear anything about that one.
Let's go ahead and you could make me a copy of that, or make us all a copy of it, and one for the SIG and the SIF both.
Yeah,
And we'll put it back on the agenda for next week. Okay.
I'd move to table.
I'll second. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Vite.
Aye.
Okay, item Q, annual confirmation, insurance and non-insurance of construction permit, Oklahoma Uniform Building Code Commission. This letter is to the board for the Oklahoma Uniform Code Commission. Was created and adopted, contacted by your state agent, municipality, and subdivision last year, and was notified in writing by an authorized official that your state agency, municipality, or political subdivision does not issue building permits. That's just wanting us to tell them whether we issue building permits or not. That requests that you update your state agency and municipality and political subdivision information as to your issuance or non-issuance of building permits by completing the form at the bottom of this page. And it's got Grant County, Circle 1 does or does not issue or renew construction building permits. And we do not issue construction building permits. So I want to circle does not. And signature of the jurisdictional official. I guess
You.
we'll sign that if you guys are all right with that.
So do you need a motion on that?
Yes, I do.
I'd make a motion to sign the annual confirmation of non-issuance of construction permits for the OK Uniform Building Code Commission.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit.
Aye.
Vite.
Aye.
You guys can look at that.
Looks good to me.
Okay, item R, Farmer's Grain 2019 Certificate of Farming or State Use Tax Exempt Form, all districts in the Sheriff's Office. This is the paperwork that we signed last year, I suppose. Okay, here's one for District 3.
And then up at the top, they faxed us the rest of those.
They
so-
faxed us the rest of them. Okay.
I would make a motion to sign the Farmer's Grain 2019 Certificate of State Use Tax Exemption Form for all districts in the Sheriff's Office.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Hess,
Aye.
Bobbit,
Aye.
Vite.
Aye.
Okay, that's the one for District 3.
I think we all sign them, Max, so just start signing. Just we can let her just sign it and she can fill in the rest of it if that's okay.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, just sign and I'll fill the rest of it out.
Title, name, and file. Signature at the very bottom. We'll just all three sign them.
And date. Let's see.
She can do it.
She can do it. That's right.
Cindy, did you post our 11 o'clock meeting today?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
For the,
For
yes,
economic development.
Yeah.
So
it was
we won't
posted.
have time to do the jail
Okay.
inspection before we do that one.
Okay.
So we'll just, if we want to proceed.
Skip over that for right now and go to road crossing.
Yeah.
Road crossing permits?
And I'm not so sure you can take that off until we need them.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't.
Oh, the road crossing
Yeah, we
permit,
just,
just take those off.
Just
and
take
you'll
them
let me
out.
know. Okay.
yeah.
Scott, we have a meeting at 11 here, so we skipped over the jail inspection for right now. We're no road crossing permits, so we're down to item 8, new business. Cindy, do you have any new business?
No.
Dean?
No.
Cindy?
No.
I don't, so no new business. Item 9, commissioners' comments. Dean?
Well, with the rain that we've had, we're back to square one on everything. Getting, we're just waiting for the weather. Most of our problems are weather related, and we'll continue to work on getting the roads up as we can, and getting any complaints or issues that are told to us by the constituents to get them taken care of as soon as we can.
Okay. Anything else? No?
No.
Cindy?
I have a NACO Rural Action Caucus conference call today, and I've got to go meet with the Wheatland RC&D financials with our auditor and our tax preparer, take that information. Thursday is our OPEH&W Health Board meeting where we review all the actuary reports to see what we're going to look at for next year. I can tell you right now it looks like the plan's going to probably go up. Cost is probably going to go up. We're probably looking at changing some of our benefits, trying to keep the costs manageable, so we'll be looking at that. And then I have another NACO conference call on Friday. Next week we do not have a board meeting, so I'm going to visit Delaware County on Monday, and then we have our ACO, all of our ACO legislative, SIGSIF, OCCDB, and our ACO board meetings all on Wednesday, and unless something happens, I plan on attending those as well. And I see that our governor has nominated Tim Getz to be our Secretary of Transportation in place of Mike Patterson.
Oh, really?
So if he's got to be confirmed by the Senate. So Tim serves as the director of the Turnpike Authority, and then Mike Patterson serves as the director of ODOT. But currently, Mike Patterson is also our Secretary of Transportation. So that could change if the Senate confirms him for that. So. Some different things, of course, with the government shutdown, our bridge grants still are not being reviewed. Well, that's just a hurry up and wait deal.
What happened to Mike Patterson?
Nothing. He's just going to be that every time a new governor comes on, they're appointed.
They can appoint.
That's their pleasure. They appoint all their cabinet people. So
okay.
Like Reese is out, and so that's their. They come in with their new people. So, but as far as I know, Mike will still serve as our ODOT director because that's not an appointed position. So,
okay.
But Tim is real good to work with. He's very, very good. He sits on my ODOT working group that I'm involved with Mike Patterson. So he's very knowledgeable. He's very supportive of county government as well. So. I think we can work with him just real well.
Okay. Sorry I interrupted.
That's all right.
Thank you.
That's pretty much my comments.
Okay, my comments are we have next week we have our ACO, SIGSIF, OCC, EDB board meeting next week. And like Cindy pointed out, we don't have another meeting next week. So that'll be the 30th that the ACO stuff meets. have a NODA board meeting this week down in Enid. I'll be attending that. Over at the CED meeting, we did have legislators there. We had senators, Roland Peterson and Senator Casey Murdoch was there. And then House of Representative John Pfeiffer, and I'm trying to think of it, Carl Newton. And Mary Hayter.
Not Mary.
Well, I call her. I don't know why Mary sticks in my mind.
It's Mark. It's
Mark Hayter's wife.
Denise Cross
White.
Denise Cross something White.
Cross White dash Hayter.
Yeah, Cross White. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And they all spoke, give us some encouragement. We told them, kind of expressed our views of how we would like to see things done. They're not painting as rosy a picture now of the money that we did think we was going to have a 900 million surplus. And now we're talking like 150 million surplus.
Well, they might have
statewide.
more that they can appropriate.
Yes, appropriated.
That they can appropriate. Yeah.
We've had some rain. That's about all my comments. Executive session. Do we want to?
We need to recess this meeting.
Yep.
I make a motion to recess the meeting till we go into our other meeting, and then we can come back.
I'll second that.
Cindy Bobbitt made the motion. Dean White seconded it at 10:49. 59, excuse me. Don't hurry this time thing up now, I mean.
Now, Cindy, can you pause this one and start a new one and then come back to this one? So when people...
I can stop this one, start a new one, and then Brandon can combine
I
it
got
together.
you. Okay, got ya.
You want
All
me to
right.
do it
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
We'll have a vote on that.
Oh,
All
yeah.
in favor?
Hess.
Aye.
Bobbitt.
Aye.
White.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried to go to recess.